Bob! Howdy hey, this is Frakbox, and I'm just here playing Pokemon Crystal in Italian, a language that I do not speak. So, in the last episode, Kurt, or whatever his name is in Italian, ran here to take on Team Rocket, but he, well, that's where we are, basically. We talked to him, he just, ran off when we were in his house. Oh, Franz, that's his name. Okay. Interesting. So, basically, I think he's... I'm not able to read this, but I remember he says something about he hurt his back. He fell in the well. So I need you to go take care of them for me, basically, which we are going to do because Team Rocket is bad, stealing people's Pokemon and whatnot. If I remember correctly, they're basically chopping off the Slowpoke tails, and the Slowpoke tails grow back. So it's an easy way for them to make money, apparently, because people, for some reason, are buying Slowpoke tails. Either way, we have to stop Team Rocket. So this should be a fairly trivial exercise, given the fact that we are way over-leveled. And we're currently using a level 19 Crocodile against their little tiny Rattatas. Or, sorry, Rattatas. I guess that's the proper way to pronounce it, is Rattata. But I wonder... I'll have to look up and see... I'll probably mention this before, but look up and see what the actual names are for it, because I'm sure that... So some regions maybe got these Pokemon games, but they didn't actually localize the names, where localization is different than translation. So with translation, you just kind of translate the text, which is kind of what it seems like they did here. With localization, you get things like they changed the names. So it looks like they come on, can't talk. They did do some localization, so all the names here are different, but they didn't do localization on the names of the Pokemon, just the names of the NPCs, which is a slightly inconsequential part. So the names of the NPCs, that is, because it doesn't really matter what the names of the NPCs are. So they probably just found some random names or whatever. But, okay, let's hope we just take out this Zubat. Oh, no. Looks like we hit ourselves. Yeah, because, I mean, if these Okay, so these Zubats are pretty low level. That's probably why, when I was talking about in previous episodes about how Team Rocket is so ineffectual, it's because their Pokemon are so low level. So this Zubat, if it were just a couple levels higher, it would know Bite, like my Zubat does, and it would be a much more powerful enemy, essentially. Something worth mentioning is that, Leech Life, which is the move that Zubat is doing, I looked it up, and apparently in later versions of Pokemon, it has an 80 base damage, which is much more than it has in this game. In this game, it only has 20 base damage, which is really bad. It's worse than, say, Tackle. Yeah, maybe I should have used Rage there, but oh well, doesn't really matter. So, yeah, Tackle I think has a base damage of 30 or 35, maybe 40 if I remember correctly. It might actually be 40, but because I think, yeah, it's either 35 or 40. So yeah, Leech Life does less damage than Tackle. It's just Leech Life also has the added benefit of stealing health, but the unfortunate thing... Well, those did much more damage than I was planning on them doing. The unfortunate thing is that... I think I mentioned this in the last episode, in previous episodes too, but because Zubat is more attack-based, and because of the way that Pokemon moves work as far as their typing, Zubat, if I were to teach it Giga Drain or something, which later on it would be able to learn through TMs, it wouldn't actually be very effective, because it's a Grass-type move, and all Grass-type moves are special attacks, which means that Zubat, and its evolved forms, which use speed and attack, wouldn't actually be all that useful using Giga Drain, which is kind of their thing as far as taking energy from other Pokemon. So I'd kind of have to keep Leech Life on it if I wanted to keep it kind of authentic, if that makes sense. So I'm going to have to plan out what TMs I'm going to use in advance. So I think I've mentioned all the planning that I've done so far, because I had to look up where what the spawn rate for Mareep was, because I was pretty sure that when I first started the session today, I mentioned that Mareep cannot be caught in this game. You actually have to trade it in. The main point of that is that I'm trying to do as little research as possible, just trying to go off of what knowledge I already have. So the only thing that I really looked up was some of the move sets for the natural move sets for the Pokemon that I have. I didn't look up like TM compatibility, so I have no idea what the TMs are in this game. At least I don't really remember, because they even changed what the TMs were in the Heart Gold Soul Silver versions, which I played more recently. So those will kind of mess with my memory of what TMs there actually are in the game. Oh, let's go against the Zubat here. So I'm, oh, that's right, I taught you Swift, didn't I? Okay, so that's good. Swift is a normal type move, if I remember correctly. I think it has a base damage of 60, so yeah, that doesn't really do very much. So yeah, at that level, that Zubat only knows Leech Life, and I don't think it even knows Supersonic. Oh, no, it does. Okay. I think it learns Supersonic at level 9 then. So yeah. Luckily, I spared you guys from having to watch all the grinding, because it took at least a couple hours just to do the grinding. So I don't know that I could have talked for like 2 hours. So although what was I saying? So doing Let's Plays like this, they're a little different than doing, say, like streaming, for example, because it's different skill sets. So for me, for example, my skill set for being able to talk to people lends more to doing Let's Plays, because I've worked in a lot of call centers, so I'm used to having compartmentalized conversations where I can just say things and then I'm on to the next thing, right? So each episode that I'm recording, I kind of like it's sort of like that. So I can be I'm gonna go back and heal myself. I can sort of be personable and be the way that I am right now, talking constantly, because I'm doing it for a very short stint. I'm doing it for a very short amount of time, right? Whereas if I were streaming, that's a whole other skill set, because I'd feel like I'd have to be talking the entire time, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't really... streaming is much harder to do. I'd really need at least another person to do like streaming. I really wouldn't be able to do that by myself. So, and even still, this is like my most recent exercise with being able to do anything by myself, as far as being in front of the camera or anything like that. So I'm really leaning very heavily on like my call center training to be able to even do what I'm doing here. So I think I mentioned, at least I think I mentioned in one of, I think the Twilight Princess, or maybe it was Arkham Asylum, the Let's Play we were doing, that it's been like 2 years since I've attempted to do a Let's Play by myself. And it was for a game that I really enjoyed too. The only problem is that the keyboard layout on that game, Castle of the Winds, is kind of weird, because you have like diagonal movement, and you have to like press a certain key on the keyboard in order to do that diagonal movement. So I had to keep looking down at the keyboard in order to like effectively do anything. So it kind of ruined. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh my gosh. Why would I do that? Yeah, it's just going to use Tackle. Okay, so that's good. So at this level, I don't think the Coughings really know very much. Should I use Bite? Let's just use Bite. Bite just kills everything. So, oh, that's right. Coughings have high defense. I forgot about that. So what's interesting is I really like Coughing. Like, I really like the look of Coughing. I really like Coughing and Wheezing. They're just not very useful, so I've never really used them in games before. So, but I think if I come across a Coughing, I might try to use it. But yeah, talking about what I was talking about before. Basically, yeah, Castle of the Winds. It's a game that I really like. There was a top 10 video I did like probably about half a year ago or so. And Castle of the Winds, I think, was my number 10 on that, because it's just such a fun, like, roguelike game. So it's a game that came out for Windows 3.1. I actually, on a computer that I have over here in my closet, I have it installed. I could play it, but I don't feel like hooking up that computer, and yeah, it's just kind of a hassle. So I could record it again if I really felt like it, but I don't really feel like it. I think he was asking me what ball I wanted to make. So, oh, okay, I guess that's the only one that I currently have. So, is he actually making it? Okay, he's actually making it, so. Okay, so this is, I don't think she does anything. This is just his daughter or whatever, so. Okay. So now, we're going to go back to the Pokemon Center. Unless the Pokemon are already healed. They're... Well, I don't know if I took any damage. Let me just get the power points back here. Come on. And then we'll fight the Bug-type gym leader. And that... I don't think we're going to be able to get to the Bug-type gym leader in this episode, because he has some trainer underlings, essentially, so we're going to have to fight them. But I kind of want to see... Oh, come on. I think the Zubat is actually going to do really well against those, to be honest. Because I think we can just use Bite on everything. Okay, so this is a double battle, so I need to make sure that Croconaw is in the second slot. Okay. There we go, yeah. Because I think this game introduced double battles. And I'm pretty sure this is the first game that it does double battles with. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly here. Oh no, there's not double battles. Okay. I am mistaken. Okay. So let's see how well Bite does here. Pretty sure it's going to do pretty well. So, what is that? Is that what is that move? I think that reduces. Is that Leer? That must be Leer. It has to be Leer. Bisotruse? It failed. Okay. Yeah. So, pretty sure that's Leer. Because I can't think of another move that uses that animation, so... Lediba, okay. Oh, Lediba. Yeah, I think Lediba, I don't remember interacting with Lediba all that much when I was, when I first had this game, because I think I had Pokemon Gold, and I don't think you could catch Lediba in Pokemon Gold. You could only, like, fight against trainers that had it, NPCs essentially. So that was really my only interaction. So Lediba never really was a Pokemon that I really even cared about all that much. Oh my gosh, this thing is destroying me. What's going on here? Oh, okay, I need to switch out because I want this Zubat to actually like me. So, here we go. Okay. Oh, you're just gonna use Tackle. Okay, whatever. Yeah, let's use Rage. Just cause, you know. We're probably gonna win this fight, so we might... Oh, okay. If I would have used, Tackle, I probably could have... Or not Tackle, Scratch, I probably could have just destroyed him in one hit. Yeah, I probably should have just used, Scratch, but... But yeah, Lediba is one of those that, like, when I first saw Lediba, I was like, oh, wow, where's that Pokemon? Like, where do I catch that? And then, you know, you quickly forget about it, because not very many trainers actually have Lediba in this game. So you can't really catch... Well, what am I saying? So in Gold version, I mean, when I first was playing this game, not many trainers had it, and you couldn't even catch it, much like I can't catch Mareep in this specific version. Okay, we are definitely going to go back to the Pokemon Center here. Normally when I'm fighting these... Wow, that is the first time that the Bug Gym has given me any issues. I remember just kind of walking in... like, every time I try this gym, I remember just kind of walking in and then walking out, because, you know, I'm able to just go in one go, but that's the first time I've ever had, like, trouble fighting. It's very strange. Okay, back to the gym. Alright. Yeah, because I think I definitely want to take out this gym before I continue on, because there will be a rival battle, and I think his Pokemon are actually in the mid-teens, so I want to make sure that my Pokemon are good enough. I think he actually has a Zubat as well, so, and a Ghastly, so. Okay, Caterpies. Okay. Let's use Bite. Wow, that's a strong... why would they... Okay, so Caterpie evolves at level 10. So, it was always so weird to me that they would, like, have Pokemon that, like, are level 12, like Caterpie, that aren't, like, evolved into, like, Metapod, at least, you know? Because, I mean, it could be a Butterfree if it really wanted to be. They're taking it very easy on you in the early game, which is kind of unfortunate, so... They should really make, like, a hard mode for Pokemon. Like, especially in the latest versions of Pokemon, Sword and Shield, right? So, a lot of people have been complaining about, like, how easy the game is and things of that nature. It's, I think the Pokemon franchise does need to change quite a bit, because I think they're just kind of depending, I mean, because the real differences between this game and, like, Sword and Shield are, you know, they have a different coat of paint and everything, and yeah, they have 3D and everything, but the battle system's still very much the same, which is a benefit in a way, and it detracts in a way, but I don't know. I don't know that I really have all that much useful criticism, to be honest, but it's one of those things where how do you innovate to a level where it's new, but it's also the same, you know? Because, I mean, you see this a lot with different fandoms where something changes and everybody's like, oh, that's bad, and then they go back and they try to do, like, the same thing. They're like, oh, that was even worse, you know? It's where do you find that that happy medium, you know? It's really hard to... Let's try this one. I want to... Yeah, there we go. Because I think that might actually do more damage than Bite, to be honest. Oh, okay. Raforsarte, something up. He'll probably do it again, so... oh, he died. Okay. Okay, at least I'll be able to easily tell when Harden happens. So, oh, it's a Beedrill. So I don't know in this game if... Oh, Fury attack. Okay, I don't know in this game if poison types can be poisoned. I'm pretty sure they're not able to. But I guess we'll eventually find out, probably. During this gym. This gym would probably be the one we would find that out. But yeah, as far as going back to the Pokemon Sword and Shield thing, I did enjoy Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I have to say that I like Heart Gold and Soul Silver a lot better, and it's working on inferior hardware. So I really think that, oh man, this is getting close. So, okay, good. Zubat did it. So I really have to have this Zubat evolve into a Crobat, and I want to do that as soon as possible, so it really has to like me. But we are going to switch over in case we encounter any other gym underlings, like I accidentally make a movement or something. And then let's go heal up again, because I think I want to see how far we can get just using Zubat, just to make it a little more challenging. Because if I stick Crocodile in there, it's going to be, like, way too easy, I'm sure. So I should really catch another Pokemon. Who should I catch? Maybe, like, a Slowpoke? A Slowpoke might be nice. I wonder if I should do that. I think I'm going to catch a Slowpoke before I do my, like, rival battle, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's go ahead and call it here. So in the next one, I will probably fight one more underling and then fight the gym leader. So this is Frakbox, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.